He had come to realize that whatever he did, wherever he went, she would be there, like the blood that coursed through his veins. He saw her now, small, strappy shoes clutched in one hand, her skirt held high as she paddled barefoot through the cool running stream. He blinked at the sun in the skies, he felt the warmth on his face, and for one magic moment the world stood still. Oblivious to his presence, she rested herself on a boulder, her two arms stretched out and her head back as she raised her face to the heavens. She made no move to collect the hem of her skirt as it dipped into the water. Instead, she stretched out her bare legs to let the cool, frothing water trickle over her skin. When a stray lamb drew close enough to nuzzle her neck, she tenderly reached out to caress its tiny face. In this green and glorious landscape, wrapped in silence, and surrounded by nature's beauty, she seemed at one with all creation. For a fleeting moment, when she seemed to lift her gaze his way, he feared she had seen him, yet he made no move. In truth, he could not tear himself away. He had to see her to fill his senses with her simple beauty. Little more than a year ago, she had unknowingly opened his heart and crept inside, and now she was etched there for all time. It pained him to realize that soon he must turn away and be gone from here, this time never to return. For now, though, the moment and the woman was his. Up here, above the hubbub and maelstrom of ordinary life, time did not exist. It was just the two of them, and that was how it should be. She belonged only to him. Content, he closed his eyes and let the feelings flow through him. He wished the world might stand still for this one precious moment, or maybe even forever. The guilt was never far away, for his was a love both forbidden and wicked. He spent every waking moment wanting her. She was the last thought on his mind when he went to sleep, and the first thought on his mind when he woke. She had caused him such turmoil. That was what she did to him. Fearful, the injured bird fluttered in his arms, desperate to escape. Shh. He looked down into those piercing dark eyes that twinkled up at him. "She's much like you," he whispered. "Wild as the wind, part of the earth itself." Acutely aware of the need to tend the bird's injury, he was loath to tear himself away, so he lingered a while, watching as she waded ankle-deep through the water and onto the far bank. Behind her, the lambs continued to graze on the moist grass. "She's away to the farmhouse." Drawing the small creature nearer to his chest, he carefully folded its damaged wing into the palm of his hand. "We'd best make our way there too." He stroked its feathers with the tip of his thumb. "Let's hope we can get you flying again." Carrying the bird gently, he took the shortest route, down the hill and across the stream, carefully negotiating the stones and boulders as he went. Soon he caught sight of Alice, running through the long grass, her voice lifted in song. It made him smile. He continued on to the farmhouse, the place where he grew up, the place where he first met Alice. The anger was like a fist inside him. "Yearning after a woman who's already promised your brother is a dangerous thing," he murmured. Though what he felt for Alice was more than a yearning. It was a raging fire that, try as he might, he could not put out. With the farmhouse in sight, he grew anxious, remembering why he was here. He was sobered by the knowledge that in just a few short days he would stand at the altar where Alice and his brother would be pronounced man and wife. It was a prospect he would rather not dwell on. "I wonder if he's on his way." Bustling about in the cosy farmhouse kitchen, Nancy Arnold walked over to the window. A small, round woman of 50 years and more, she had the cheekiest, chubbiest face, pretty dark eyes wrinkled with laughter lines, and a long, thick plait of dark brown hair, lightly peppered with grey. She was a woman of high standards, a woman who stood no nonsense and took no prisoners, yet she was the kindest, most understanding woman on earth. When the neighbours suffered ill health or encountered trouble, she was the